would say, when people are sharing their experience, because hearing, for me, like for those of you that are wise beyond your ears, like my younger siblings, if you're hearing me, you would say, why waste those years? Yeah. This takes me back to those of you that are where you are right now. Write down your goal, what you want to achieve, and stay on course. Yeah. Everything in life is enjoyable. Yes, it's there. Your parents won't stop you, or you can do it at whatever cost you're going at. But is it worth it? And how bad do you want your goal? Yeah. Would you, like in 5 years' time, would you want to look back and say, oh, I should have not, which is what I'm doing? Because to tell you this, after I've experienced all of that, it took a while for my family. I think, Mom, if you remember, we had a family vacation. I think it was during COVID at Radisson. My mom, well, she actually had to build my self-esteem. Your parents have done so much work, which I would say my family has done so much work, building a person, encouraging you from a very young age, the basics of living life. When you write down your list, you're making, all I could say is, how would you want your parents to view that all the expenses used and paid, that you get to use it back on them? I was crushed to the point that I never saw myself even valuable, not even worth coming before my family. It took a while for me to even come and sit with them. I saw it that way, but they saw it as, you're part of the family, come, move closer, be confident, move forward, because that's how we were raised. But because of how I abused my life, where I had it good and I decided, oh, I'm going to enjoy, fun is just for a short period.
The pleasure is
it's not worth it.
But the devil does it is, I mean, and make it so tempting,
yes,
that you need to be
part of the crowd.
Yeah, and then it goes back to the fact that you really need to ground your faith. Yes. You need, as a youth, and you're a believer, you need to serve God because you know Him. Yeah. Don't serve God because your parents know God, or don't serve God because your family go to church. You serve God because you know your goodness comes from Him. You serve Him because you have a relationship with Him. Because when you have that establishment, there's nothing in the world that can shake that. But if you go to church because your parents tell you to go to church, or because everybody have to go to church, or everybody in my family know nothing else but go to church. If you look at it that way, given every slight temptation, without your parents around you, you're bound to fall. Yeah. And the fall can be little, one at a time, for you to realize yourself. God is giving you opportunity to learn from it and move forward. But if you keep on allowing to keep on falling, then it takes you to where she reached. When she came back home, or when she came back to the Lord, I always that phrase, because home is always open. When she came back to the Lord, and I think when she standing, she looked at her siblings. She looked at her, I mean, because she's the eldest. When she looked at her siblings, they already own cars. I mean, they were still in university. They already have properties. They looking after their own lives. They are independent. And here she is, you know, trying to make ends meet. And if you're listening today, that is the result of disobedience to your parents. Because if He says in His words in Ephesians 6:1, that when you honor your father and your mother, you know, this is a commandment of God, that all will go well. You know, that little phrase, all will go well, it actually means all. It means your health, your protection. It means your well-being. It means your work. It means your life and everything around you. It means your resources, your material resources, your spiritual resources. It basically means everything. So when you honor your parents, all these things come before your life. And not only that, it says you will live longer. And that is a promise. Nobody else is promising that, but God Himself is promising that. So I will bring that on what she's sharing with you today. Like, it only took her 5 years ago to come and realize what took the younger siblings when they were only in their teens to achieve. She achieved like double the time. And her eldest son is 17.